How's it going, guys? It's 2009 Katie, your favorite reseller on the platform. Made 27 to 30K in the last year from reselling and just by reselling and investing. And junior in high school, just a short introduction if you don't already know who I am. Today, I want to give you another word salad where you can get maybe one or two things to apply in your own life. Just kind of give you a rundown of what I've been thinking about lately. You have free will to do whatever you want. You can just, if you have a goal, if you want something, you can just go and get it. Stop attributing excess importance to things and start just simply taking action and realizing that it's within your hands and that it's possible and that there's other people no smarter than yourself, as Steve Jobs would say, I believe, that have gotten it as well. There are stupid people making 10K a month. There are retards who have the car that you want. There are retards living the life that you want. You can do it yourself. I've made 25K in the last year. Before that, I was chasing money so much. I was trying photography. I was trying dropshipping. I was trying to make an agency. I pirated Iman Gaji's course. I was trying basically everything. I tried dropshipping a lot. I went deep into agency. Not that deep, but I went pretty deep into agency. I started like 6 YouTube channels over the course of like 4 years. This is like my 7th YouTube channel. And basically on those, I was just chasing money. I was making brain rot YouTube shorts. I tried TikTok also. I was making brain rot YouTube shorts, brain rot TikToks, just for entertainment, just to get likes, just to get eventually some sort of revenue to make some money. I was chasing the bag. Guys, there's no such thing as chasing the bag. You want to quote unquote chase the bag, but you don't want to call it chasing the bag. If you want money, just go out there and get it. Just find something that makes you money, that's simple enough, and just put all your effort into it, and just make it, just simply do the causes that will lead to the effect that other people have done to make money themselves. I literally just I literally just caught listings on Facebook Marketplace that people listed like not too long ago, like a few minutes, or like 30 minutes, or a few hours, or maybe a day or two old, that like people listed not too long ago on like good camera deals, so they listed it at like a better deal than what it's actually worth. I just bought those. I've even started buying off of eBay and reselling from eBay, and I literally just buy them, and then I make a better listing with better photos, and I add a little thing or two from AliExpress. It's super simple, guys. It's just, I did the causes that lead to the effect. I found a price disparity. I found that cameras are cheaper on eBay, so I started ordering from cameras are cheaper than on eBay than how much they're selling for on Facebook Marketplace. So I started ordering a bunch of cameras off of eBay, and then I add like $5 worth of stuff that I get from AliExpress that are like camera related, because I resell cameras, like DSLR cameras, like the professional ones with like the lens and everything. I just add like cheap stuff onto it, and then I make a listing, and then I resell it again. Guys, it's not hard. I didn't overcomplicate it. I didn't chase the bag. I just did what was obvious, and I just kind of stuck to the plan, and I had the courage, and I had the I realized the risk to reward ratio. Yeah, there's a little bit of risk involved, but if I spend that $200 to get the original camera that I bought, then 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get some sort of profit. I'm gonna get some sort of benefit out of that. More like 99 times out of 100. Guys, just take a little bit of risk. Stay onto one path. When you give money excess importance and you kind of put it on a pedestal and you want to chase it so much and you're obsessed with it to kind of an unhealthy degree, you get something called shiny object syndrome, where you start one business model, like I started a YouTube channel, and I go to something else, and I go to something else, and I go to something else. I've tried YouTube, dropshipping agency, and YouTube, another YouTube. Basically anything, guys. I was looking to get into like car detailing once I turned 16. Guys, you don't want to get shiny object syndrome, because you only excel in a certain business model. You only excel in something when you stick to it and you go past the point that other people are willing to go past the point of not making profits, until you start making small profits, and then you start making huge profits, which is where the benefit of making your own business and entrepreneurship actually shines. So you have to, normal job is like you start and you have a pretty decent income, and then you get a promotion, and your life ends up like here. So you start down here and you end up there. Now, starting a business, entrepreneurship, kind of as going down the path that isn't as well trodden, you start way lower, below where you can even see on the camera, and then it's slow, 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 and it's like J-shaped, and it skyrockets. And guys, that's where the benefit comes in. You have that extra. Let me get on the camera. You have that extra point that like this long, where you're not getting any results. It's hard. It's excruciating. You don't know if it's gonna work out, and then it's J-shaped, and it just explodes and then launches up. And then that's where the benefits of the business come in. The few that are actually willing to go down that path, they get insane amounts of money. They get time freedom. They get financial freedom. They're basically free people, and they're living the best life possible because they were going through this period that nobody else is willing to go on. And the path of entrepreneurship and business, in my opinion, is better because the risk to reward ratio compared to like going to college and getting a job and getting brainwashed and having to be under a boss for your whole life. The risk to reward ratio, yeah, it's pretty risky to start a business, but if you fail, you just start a new one. It's painful, but the pain is nothing compared to the amount of money and the amount of success and the amount of happiness and the amount of freedom and the quality of life that you have for you, your kids, your wife, whatever, after like the first 5-10 years. And obviously when it's all the way up here, it's not like you're retired, your job's done. You still work on that business, but you're working on it for fun. You're working on it and you actually love doing that because you're growing something every day. It's your business, you own it. You're not trading your time for money and just getting a paycheck at the end of the day like me with reselling, which is why I'm trying to start this channel. I am starting this channel, and I'm growing this channel, and I'm growing an audience in order to get a larger income. So I'm doing this period right now where I'm improving my speaking skills, where I'm learning, I'm synthesizing, and then it's going to become J-shaped, where I'm making a bunch of money. I have a community of a lot of people, and that's where I really reap the benefits, which is a pipeline that I recommend you to go down as well. Start with something where you trade your time for money, but it's better than a job. Maybe if you can't find anything, or maybe if nothing is possible, then you just go for a job. But then you put those savings that you get into a YouTube channel, and you invest that into improving your quality of life. And then you do content creation or some other business model. I recommend content creation like I'm doing literally right now, practicing what I preach. And you go through this excruciating period, and then you get it J-shaped. And then you have an excellent life after that. You can start a business, a company. You can keep going with the content creation, whatever you like. You basically have freedom with your life now. Unlike everybody else, the 99.99% of people who just stay on this little curve. Not fun at all. Imagine if a roller coaster was just like that. Not fun. Roller coaster is like that if you have like a business. If you go down the not well trodden path, that's way more fun. When you look back, it's way more fun on that. You get way more memories. Your life is way better. You'll look back on this excruciating period actually with happiness because the grind is fun if you're a male. The grind's fun. Anyways, I was going to say one more thing. Give me a sec. So now that you've had a time to sit and process that for a second and think about it, because that's definitely what I did that for, I haven't fully remembered what I'm going to say yet, but just as a recap, stop attributing excess importance to money. Don't put it on a pedestal. It's just cause and effect. Here's what I remembered. You control the actions of your own life. So I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you're a male. If you're watching this and you're a girl as well, that's fine as well. But like, here's the point I'm trying to get across. Your life is in your own control. So as a man, compared to being a woman, you have the control. So here's kind of what I've been thinking. So women have like an easier life because like even if you're like a mid girl, then you're gonna have guys that are into you. This is a little bit of dating market stuff, but like bear with me. If you're like a mid girl, if you're chopped, guys are still gonna be into you. You're still gonna be able to get treated well. You're still gonna have abundance when it comes to guys, basically, because that's just how a lot of guys are just greedy, I guess, or a lot of guys are needy and they're willing to go down a tier, down a few tiers. So you're able to get with some good guys, like pretty high quality guys. Even if you're chopped, even if you're ugly, you still could get treated. You still could get treated well. You still could end up in a pretty decent job, and you still could live like a decent life. Issue with having that kind of baseline being higher than men, because if you're like chopped and if you're ugly and if you don't do anything with your life as a man compared to a woman, nobody's there to save you. Your life just sucks. Now, the thing that comes along with having that higher baseline, where even if you're chopped, even if you don't do anything with your life, still guys are going to be you're going to be like having like kind of a decent like cruising life. It's not going to be too difficult. It's not going to be too bad because you're a woman, as opposed to being a guy where your life kind of sucks if you don't take action. But the beauty of it is that your life is completely in your control. You can do whatever you want. You can basically impose yourself onto the world, and you can make the world end up how you want it. And guys, it's just cause and effect. If you want something out of the world, then just do the causes that lead to it. If you want better skin, I shouldn't be talking. If you want more money, if you want better skin, if you want a girlfriend or something, just put in the causes and stop doing the bad things. It's literally just cause and effect. And you can motivate yourself on the way in order to motivate yourself to do more of the good causes in order to get more of the good effects. So you can remind yourself of the good effects of like reminding yourself of the Lamborghini and the R8 or living in Dubai or living in Tokyo or something. That's what I want to do personally. Or you could have like pictures of your ideal type in the woman, like as probably not posters on your wall, but like you get what I'm saying. You could have those as motivators that you look at occasionally. Thing is, once again, that you don't want to attribute excess importance to that. It's not that far away. It's within reach. You can actually get it. There's people no smarter than you that have those things. You just have to do the causes in order to get those. You just have to apply critical thinking. Stop looking at YouTube Shorts. Stop looking at TikTok. Stop wasting your valuable brain energy, because you're a smart person, obviously, if you're watching raw, unedited content like this. Stop wasting your energy on those useless things. Put that smart energy into critical thinking of realizing the truth of the matter, which is basically what I mean by the truth of the matter is, let me fix that. What I mean by the truth of the matter is, what is the best way, the easiest way, or what way can I do basically in order to make money? What can I do in order to get my ideal type? Then just do those causes. After you've done that critical thinking, after you've made a step-by-step plan, just do the causes. Use your end goal as motivation. Enjoy the journey. Have friends along the way that motivate you. Have good people around you. And the beauty of being a man is that you're fully in control. You have free will. You can skip the gym today. You can not work on the business today. You're able to do whatever you want, but you also can wake up at 5 a.m. You can make your bed. You can properly brush your teeth and do skincare and take a shower and do, even though it's like late at night and you need to sleep urgently right now and you're really comfortable in your bed and you really don't feel like getting up to brush your teeth. It's in your control. You have the choice. So that's what I'm saying. Even if you're a woman, still this applies to you to an extent. You have the choice. You can get up to brush your teeth. You can, and that's obviously going to be better for you than just shutting off the lights and calling it a night. It's in your control. Just do the correct causes. Work on yourself, work on your skin, work on your hair, work on looking better, work on building the proper body, work on a business, work on being purposeful, work on making the best possible life for yourself in all aspects, work on being the happiest, having the best relationships with your family, with friends, meeting good people, improving your social skills, all of that. Put in all of those causes in whatever field you want that will lead to you getting the good outcomes. So let's say that you want to be financially free and you want to have time freedom. So financial freedom and time freedom. Basically, you don't want to have to worry about money. And like, let's say you're a doctor, you don't really have to worry about money that much, but you don't really have time freedom because you can get called in to the hospital anytime. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like surgeons have like a little ringer, at least this is my knowledge, and they can just get called in at any time. And they, like, if it's an emergency, they have to get called in and they have to drive over there. Not convenient at all. No time freedom. If you have your own business, let's say that that's the result that you want, and let's say your business is content creation. Now, actually, it's not just the business. You're also going to have to work on your looks and stuff like that. Because if you're ugly and you look unkept, and all of you stop caring about everything else in your life other than just the business, then not only are you going to look horrible on camera and nobody's going to actually trust you because of that, but your life is also going to be in shambles because you're having extreme focus on one thing. So it ends up being that you want to focus on dating, money, social skills, looking better, building a better physique, health, in terms of like diet and exercise, skincare, improving your fashion, all that stuff. It ends up being that you want all of those in your life, and you just want to kind of build up all those skills and just do the causes, have step by step by step, like doing critical thinking to determine those steps, and being a free thinker and not falling into the psyops and the kind of seems like a little bit conspiracy, but like the psyops and the kind of deception and the brainwashing from schools and colleges and stuff like that. Find the truth, which I do by going onto X, which used to be Twitter, and by watching like based people. Like I follow based people and I think about the ideas myself. I don't just blindly follow them. And I spend some time, and I probably should spend more time than I am right now, thinking about these ideas and thinking about the truth and what's best for me. Like, for example, I just did this by selling every other stock that I had. So basically all the money that I've made from reselling cameras, I've spent a little bit like on getting this phone, a nicer phone, getting a laptop, getting a desk, getting like a proper desk fan, stuff like that. But most of it, other than my car, has gone into investments, into Tesla stock. So I used to have different investments. I used to have other stuff that my dad recommended to me that I just kind of bought just because I heard that they're good companies like Microsoft, Nike, stuff like that. I did a little bit of critical thinking. I looked into it. I looked at the numbers. I looked at YouTube channels. I looked at Twitter, X posts. I looked at the data myself, not like that deeply, but I gave myself a good overview. And I saw that a stock that has a really good, both near term, like short term and long term, really good potential is Tesla. So I sold everything, and now I have all my money in Tesla stock, and it ended up going like 14% in the last, like 14 to 20% in the last few weeks, which made me like 4K. So just by following this cause and effect, not only did I originally get the money by reselling cameras and just by realizing, wait, I can just resell this and I can just make money. It's just cause and effect, guys. I'm speaking with so much upward tone. I sound like a soy boy. But not only did I realize I can make money by reselling, I then realized that I can multiply that money with critical thinking by putting it into a specific stock, not any stock, not just investing into the S&P 500 or Microsoft or Nvidia or anything like that. Specifically, with my critical thinking, I put it into Tesla stock, and now it is at like 14 to 20% higher than what I bought it at. I bought it at like 335, and right now it's at like 420 or like 430. It's just cause and effect, guys. That's like almost 25%. So pretty insane. Well, that's the lowest I bought it. I bought it at 335 and like 350 and a little bit more after that. But you get what I'm saying. It's just cause and effect, and that's why I'm probably gonna get at from like where I am right now, which is like 27 to 30K that I've made, probably up to 40 to 50 or even more than that, probably more than that, because I have my money in Tesla stock and because I did the critical thinking, and I've realized that that's going to go pretty high up coming up to towards the end of the year, just because of what's happening with the company, all the innovation, all the potential that it has that's unrealized by the market. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. There's my rambling done. Hopefully you got a thing or two out of it, and I feel like this has been really informative and really eye-opening. Hopefully. Now it's your turn to take action. Stop just watching videos. Goodbye.